Hello, online community. I am so excited to be here with you and to share my story with you to see if there's anything in here for you as well. My name is Abby Beauchamp. I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I am here at the first day of being 46 years old in the one of the richest cities in the world, Dubai. I'm in this wonderful, beautiful hotel in Intercontinental Festival City. It's absolutely stunning here. I've been here for 8 days. And I finished out being 45 here for a very specific reason, because it's a big part of my story that I wanted to share with you today. So about my story, you got to back up just a little bit, a couple years ago, that at age 40, I went and dropped my oldest daughter off at school in France. She wanted to get her diploma from a EU high school. And so I drop her off, I come back home, and my husband of 16 years decides our marriage is over. And I had gone through a really rough divorce before, and so we made a commitment that we were not going to fight. So I didn't fight through the system. I let it happen. It was brutal still. And in that process, I came out the other end, having come from this very upper middle class lifestyle where we traveled, we ate out all the time, our kids went to private school, shrunk down to I'm 40 and I get to rebuild my whole life. I have net zero income. What that means is that I had a clinic, a brand new wellness center who brought in the same amount of money as my overhead. And I had to decide, how am I going to rebuild my life? What am I going to do all on my own? The gift of the last 16 years is I had the gift of being married to a man that said, be the service person of our family. Help be a mom, focus on the mom job, right? So I did that. It was incredible. But I'm also an entrepreneur. So I still started a Montessori school. I started another nonprofit. I started a couple LLCs, including a wellness center, because that's just who I am. And I'm always of service and giving back. But we had done and built that life together. And now it was all on me. And I kept asking the question, could I be the woman of service that I am and make the money I need to make to live the lifestyle that I know I want to live again, right? I had tasted the good life, but I wanted it back and even better. So I set out to rebuild my life. And it took me 2 years. It took me working hard, going through a massive construction in my house. I had to take out high interest rate credit cards for $100,000 to get through it. But I built up multiple income streams. I worked like a crazy woman. For those of you that remember me at that time, it was insane. But I did it. So within 2 years, I was back up to six figures in my life. Within 2 years, I was traveling regularly and teaching and speaking and bringing value to people in all sorts of communities. And it filled me up. All of my income streams were coming from adding value to people. So I did it. I figured it out. Service equaled way more money than I had thought it could possibly do. And I was like, okay, here we go. Let's go do more of that. But let's take it to the next notch, because I had studied people like Robert Kiyosaki, who had Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and he talked about, yes, you can go and make money and be self-employed. I was good at that. I figured that one out. But leveraged income, I had learned about leveraged income in my early 20s when I was introduced to network marketing. Leveraged income, people who write books and get paid over and over and over again. Leveraged income is where the real magic is. It's the real freedom. So then I set a goal. I wanted to be financially free by 45. And what did that look like? That looks like I have enough money coming in every single month, whether I decide to work or not, that my lifestyle is covered. And it's like, whew, okay, I can do that. If I can do what I just did in 2 years, I can do that in another 2 years. I can hit financial freedom by 45. So I worked on it. I talked about it everywhere I went. I put it on my hashtags. I put it on my social media. I put it all throughout my house. Everyone that knew me knew I was working towards financial freedom by 45. Well, guess what happened? I turned 45 May 27th, 2020. Remember that year, 1 year ago, just about to the day? Oh my gosh, the whole world, myself included, was not in the position that they thought they were going to be financially at that moment. Very, very few people, right? And so every single income stream that I had built my coaching industry that brought in lots and lots of money, my book, all my best-selling book, my book tour that was supposed to happen crashed, my wellness center that had a treatment rooms, in-person treatment rooms had to close. All of it, my Airbnbs, right? There was not an income source that did not get wobbled a little bit for a little while. And so through that, I was like, this is not financial freedom. On my last birthday, I did not want to leave the house. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was so depressed. I was like, what am I going to do? I told everybody I'd be financially free by the time I was 45. What do I do now? Well, I had to have a little talk with myself, right? Have you ever had to have those little talks with yourself? So I had a little talk with myself and said, guess what? I made this up. Whoever said the rule was that I had to be financially free on the first day of being 45? There's 365 days of being 45. So what if I don't give up on my dream? What if I keep working towards this, even though the whole world has just flipped upside down? What if I make this happen? What if I just don't give up? So I started working again. And I'm like, okay, I got 365 more days. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can pull this off. And so slowly but surely, the Airbnbs came back up. Now the coaching business looked totally different. My clinic looked totally different. It all went online. Everything looked totally different. But guess what? My network marketing income stayed consistent. Even kind of grew through that time period. It was kind of exciting. So business income step kept coming through to here, to here. And it was like, okay, there's still money happening. Maybe this is still possible, right? And so then I decided I'm going to put my house on the market and start and look into this nomadic economy. So that there's this great podcaster called the Nomad Economist that's out there, like putting their money and buying things in different special places and really step into the investor mindset. And so I started working on that. I'm like, I can do that. You know, I'm a global citizen. I love the world, right? Let's go look at that. So I put the house on the market. Well, guess what? Everybody else in the world gets to sell their house in 4 days if you live in Portland. Mine took 4 months. And I was so frustrated. During the same time period, the guy that I'm dating that's living with me, I end up finding out I have to turn him into the police for illegal activity. In 2 months, I'm in the middle of a sting operation with the police. It was unreal. But I kept going. Somehow the money kept coming in. Somehow the connections kept happening. Somehow, if I just kept focusing on other people, then somehow it kept growing. All the different income streams kept growing. So I backed up again and went, okay, maybe this is still possible. So I was still frustrated. I still wasn't quite there though. And what happened was that I know when I'm on those edges, I just need to really look at who's around me. Who am I spending time with? How, thank goodness for Zoom for our online communities, but I do best in person, hugging people, when I get to really have a time with somebody in person. And so how do I get to do that again? Well, my wonderful secret family rose their hand and said, you know what? We're going from products to services and creating a full lifestyle community. And we've added all these new people. Come to Dallas and meet everybody. And I booked the ticket immediately. I couldn't wait to go down there. I couldn't wait to see what happened. I couldn't wait to hear about this, meet this new guy that they kept talking about, this trainer, Mark Asada, who's developed all these great speakers and trainers. So I went and I put myself in the room and I surrounded myself with the people and I asked their stories. And I was so impressed and so motivated and went, wow, if they could do that and overcome all the obstacles they did, then maybe I could too. And this beautiful woman from Cyprus got up on the stage and said, you know what? They weren't going to give me a passport to be here, but I wasn't going to miss out on the very first secret event in America. And so I went through all these different steps and I made them give me a visa so I could be here on stage to talk to you today. And when I heard Efrosini's story, I thought, okay, this is the chapter I'm in. I've sold the house. I have no business currently in Europe or Africa, which is what the next event was for. But if she could make it here, I could make it to the next event, which happened to be Dubai. So I booked my ticket to Dubai. And I showed up here with this secret family and was surrounded by those people again. And I asked all their stories. And let me tell you, the American stories are amazing. The people that are from Europe and from Africa have this whole other level of obstacles. And it put my obstacles into perspective. And we all have our own obstacles. And I'm not saying that one obstacle is bigger than the other. They're all obstacles. But I watched person after person overcome obstacles. And it inspired me. And I'm like, we can do this. We can all do this because we're together. As a nervous system expert, I know the value of us being together. We rise up together. We have better comfort and function in our systems together when we're together. So I'm so jacked up excited, right? So incredible 3 days here in Dubai. The final days of me being 45, I'm here. The paychecks are still coming in. I'm here spending time with these people. I'm adding value back out into the world. And I'm going, how can I do more? How can I do more? And then this wonderful group invites me out on a yacht and says, come be with us in the yacht. Let's tour around the marina together. Let's go have fun now. We've worked hard. Now let's go have fun. And I'm thinking, my work is so fun. I can't even believe this, that this also gets to be added in as more fun. How lucky am I? Well, I'm lucky because I set myself in front of the right people. I surrounded myself. My background in Montessori tells me, make the environment. It's all about the environment. Set your environment up, and you too will be a product of your environment. So I went on the yacht tour, and then my best friend, my cousin Lisa, flew in, and it's both our birthdays. And we celebrated big this week. We celebrated by doing so many bucket list items. Lisa wanted to go on a helicopter. Not only did she go, she manifested being in the front seat of that helicopter. We went to the world's tallest buildings. We went to a safari, desert safari, and rode camels. That was on my list. We have lived and lived and lived here. And so I share this story so that you realize that if I can do it, if my friends from Africa, from Croatia, that they can do this, you can too. I'm not special. I'm just willing to work hard for it. And I know to put myself in the right places, that instead of having to shrink my dreams, I got to expand it. Instead of giving up on financial freedom at 45 on day one, I held in 365 days. And I get to tell you, the first day at 46 has been pretty freaking awesome. So I'm inviting you along. I'm inviting you to come with us. Come meet these people. Come be at an event with us. My next event is Orlando in July. If you want to come meet them, if you just want to talk and say, hey, can you just show me what it might look like if I wanted to expand my dream from here to here to here to here to here, right? Let's talk. So you can put in the comments below, I'm next, or private message me and say, let's chat. Let's chat. And let's find out what this looks like for you, for your dreams. Mine was financial freedom by 45, but what is your dream? Because that's what really matters. That's the chapter I'm in right now, is I get to invest in your dreams. We get to lock arms and make this happen, whatever you want to have happen. So I cannot wait to talk to you. I cannot wait to introduce you to my friends. And let's go live life together, life on our terms. All right, bye-bye.